Today I'm just demonstrating the traversing a list. Okay, you have done few classes on list. Today that is just for traversing. So what does it mean by traversing? Traversing a list means accessing each element of a list. This can be done by using either for loop or while loop statement. Traversing can be done in the two ways, by using the in operator inside for loop, okay, and another is using range function. Okay, so for that reason what I have to do, I have to go to the programming environment, that is the script mode. Okay, so hash this one, the remark I am giving out here. So traversing a list, traversing a list using in operator, using in operator. Okay, so in operator is an actually an association operator. Actually the elements of a list can be accessed individually using for loop. Okay, that can be demonstrated in this way. Suppose I am taking L1 equals to taking like this, say TI GPS, say sorry TI, excuse me, T TI GPS, I am writing TI P comma S comma SLG. Okay, S L and then G. All right, G, it will be given in the single quote like this. Fine. So this list has been taken. So I'm taking for I in list. List means L1. Okay, for I in list is L1, and then what I'm doing out here, sorry, giving a colon sign, giving a colon sign, and then giving a here print, sorry, print comma I comma giving a space and equals to like this. Okay, sorry, like this. Okay, so this is one way to traversing a list. So this is I'm just executing this program. You see it how the execution takes place. Okay, that is the thing. First of all, so what is coming out here, what is coming out here, here I will just save the program. So I'm giving out here traverse 1. Okay, traverse 1 I'm giving, and then see how the characters are being displayed, okay, into the loop. Okay, so it will give TIGPS SLG in this manner. So whatever I have taken by using the in operator has been taken in this way, has been printed in this way. Okay, this is one kind of traversing. Another kind of traversing is also possible by using the range function. Okay, so we have already done the range functions. This function can be used for accessing the individual elements of a list in the following manner. Okay, so I'm opening a new file out here and taking the same list from here. So I'm just copying the list from here. Okay, list using in operator, this is the using range function. Okay, so that is the thing. So I'm coming out here in the new file. Okay, and this is the thing, traversing a list using range function now. Okay, not the in operator, that is the range function. Okay, just coming range function. All right, that is the thing, range function. So now what will happen out here, this list has been taken. Okay, so here what I am doing, I am taking an extra function that is called len function, and then giving len, here it is giving L1. So what does it do, the len function, what does it do, you can read this one nicely. Okay, len function counts the total number of characters in a string. Okay, so what the len function does, len function, okay, counts the total number of, okay, characters in a string. Okay, that is the function of the len function. If you know this much about the len function, that is more than sufficient. Then what I am doing for I in range n. Okay, range n, range n means that is the range of the this thing, what you call in the list. Okay, so next I am printing what, here the index of list will come into picture. So what is happening, L1, and then I am giving out here I. Okay, so it will start from 0 actually. Okay, and then comma, here I am giving end equals to, like it is all similar. Okay, like this. Okay, so that is the thing, this will print, and one more extra thing it will be printing, print, okay, total number of characters in list, total number of characters in the list, how many, list is equals to, sorry, comma, and then give n. Okay, n, and then put here these things. Okay, that's over. Okay, now you run. So what does it do, it is just printing the elements as well as the total number of characters that are there in the list. Okay, so I'm executing this one. Okay, and see the output how it generates. Okay, so I am giving out here traverse and then 2. Okay, so this is the thing. So now you see out here how the traversing of a list will be taking place. So it is showing out here TI, GPS, SLG, and total number of characters in the list is 8. You count that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 number of characters over there in the list. So in this way, you will be able to traverse a list by using the for loop. The same thing is also possible with the while loop even. Okay, that is the thing. So this actually clear from this last two programs that the list has been traversed and it has been printed the element of the list also. So the both the ways I have demonstrated you by using the in function as well as by using the range function. Okay, that is the thing. Clear? So in this way you will be able to do this. Okay, in Python, variables refer to objects, we know it, and the lists we create in Python are also objects we are referring to. Since lists are mutable, they can be modified also. Lists are mutable, remember, if we assign the elements of one list to another list, both shall refer to the same subject. So how would you understand? For this reason, I will go to the once to the what you call to the Python shell. One of the Python shell I will go, and then I will check it out. Okay, say we are giving out here one thing out here, say subject. Okay, a list are making, that is the naming subject. Okay, so here what I have given, here I have given physics. Okay, say physics, and then say chemistry, then biology. Okay, then computer science. Okay, computer science, and then I'm giving out here maths. Okay, maths. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, so this list has been given out here, the sub I'm giving this one. Okay, so list has been printed. Clear? So that is the thing. So what are the elements over here? So subject, that means sub 0 is having physics, sub 1 is having chemistry, sub 2 is having biology, and sub 3 is having this computer science, and sub 4 is having maths. Now mutable means it can be changeable. Okay, so what I am doing now, I am taking what out here, I am taking out here one this thing what you call by aliasing. Okay, that is the thing. Aliasing means just copying this one. Say I'm taking equals to t equals to say sub. Okay, like we had done yesterday, t equals to sub, which is very correct. Then you print t, what will happen? Everything will be there. Now say in the t chemistry, I'm changing this one chemistry to Sanskrit. Okay, so I'm making t1. Okay, t1 is the this thing, because physics is having 0 index and chemistry is having 1 index. So t1 I am making out here say Sanskrit. Okay, Sanskrit. Okay, so that is the thing. So I have made it like this. So what now t will print, you give the t out here, you see chemistry has been changed into Sanskrit. Okay, so in this way it proves that lists are mutable. Okay, lists are mutable, and whenever you would like to, you can change it anything from anywhere. So what I have done, I have copied this sub into t, but you see when I am printing sub, it will showing me the also the same thing. Okay, because the chemistry has been changed out here. Okay, because I have taken t equals to sub. Okay, but when it has been changed, it has changed the same thing over here. Okay, this is actually the thing. So what can you see? Now we have two lists having the same set of values when I have done t equals to sub. In other words, the list t is an alias name for the subject list, this one. Okay, subject list, both of the lists are referring to the same location. We can now modify the contents of this list by referring to its individual index value. So what we have done, we have taken t1 equals to Sanskrit, and both the places the effect has been viewed. Okay, that's what actually is happening. Okay, so this is actually the aliasing a list. Okay, now see some of the operations on lists. Okay, that is the thing. So you can take for that, what are the list operations? You can do concatenation, you can do repetition, you can membership testing, slicing can be done, and indexing also can be done. Okay, that is the thing. So now first of all I am showing you the addition of two lists. Okay, so for that reason what I am doing, I am just taking a new file. Okay, so that is what is doing list concatenation. Okay, what is this? This is called list concatenation. Okay, concatenation means like joining. Okay, joining. Okay, so what operator? Using plus operator. What operator? plus operator. Okay, so that is the thing, operator. Okay, so some of the operations today I will show you. Okay, so I am taking L1 equals to say here I am taking 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, now I am closing this one, and L2 I am taking equals to say out here I am taking a something like this, say okay, Sunday. Okay, sorry, I'll taking Sunday. Okay, then I'll take Monday, I will take Wednesday. Okay, I will take Thursday, THUR. Okay, these are the four things that I have taken, and I may take Friday also. Okay, so Friday. Okay, so these are the two lists I have assigned. Okay, now what I will do, I will take this one. Okay, and then I can use some other value over here. So what can I do out here? Say L1 equals to, say what I am doing, L1 equals to say I am doing one value I am adding out here, L1 plus what I do, L1 plus I will do out here, say color I will do. Okay, so here I am giving out here the list. Okay, that is the thing, that is the element. So I am doing out here, say I am taking green out here, sorry, green out here. Okay, green, fine. So now I am closing this one. So L1 plus green has been added, and say I am giving print out here, sorry, print L1. Okay, print, and then I am giving out here L1, fine. So then next what I do actually, now I will add the two things over here. Okay, by using the adding two lists over there. Okay, so what I will do, list, okay, equals to, here I will do L1, okay, plus L2. Okay, clear, and then I am doing out here print. Okay, and I am doing out here list. Okay, that is the thing. Clear, understood. Then let's see, let's run it. Okay, Python, not Python shell, I'm sorry, it has to be executed. Just a minute. So here the concatenation has been taken place over here. So just I'm just doing it, just a minute, it will just come. Okay, so here the two lists have been taken. So the Python, this one I don't require right now. Okay, so I'm just executing and run module. Okay, let me save it first. Okay, so this is the concatenating a list. Okay, concatenation. Okay, concatenation list. Okay, that is the thing. This program I have saved under the name of concatenation list. Always give the relevant file names. Okay, so you see out here how the joining has been taken place. Okay, how the joining has been taken place, 10 20 30 40, and then green has been added to it. Okay, and finally what happened, the entire list L1 plus L2 has been stored into list, and then has been printed in this way, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So this is what actually the joining. Okay, that is the thing. So you may think that here the list is a command and all. So I'll tell you one thing, here nothing is such. L3 I'm doing out here, and then I'm doing out here L3. Okay, now you see the output, so how it changes. Okay, means like what is the output. Okay, you are going to get the identical output. Okay, whenever this kind of concatenation will take place, so similar output you have get. So not necessary that you have to give the list out here only, you can take any list of variables. Okay, that will help you out in order to do the concatenation by using the plus sign. Okay, the plus operator I mean to say. Okay, so this is actually the joining by plus operator. Okay, that is the thing. Clear. So this is what we have done out here, list concatenation. Okay, not much demonstration is required for this, because this is quite easy to understand, and any point of time if you feel that you want to add values, you can do it by using the plus operator into the existing list. Okay, that is the thing. So now one more thing I am showing out here. Okay, which is actually the repetition or replication. Okay, repetition, okay, or replication of list. Okay, replication of list. For this reason what I do, list. Okay, so simple. Okay, so I'm taking L1 equals to, I'm taking out here 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40. Okay, this is the list. Next what I do actually out here, I'm doing out here print. Okay, print, and then I'm giving out here into operator. Okay, so the thing is that people might think that the values will get doubled out here when I will give L1 into N2. Okay, and one more thing I'm taking out here, say p equals to, say I'm taking out here Python. Okay, Python, and I'm doing out here, sorry, and what I'm doing out here, I'm doing out here Python, and then I'm doing out here into, say, into 5. Okay, so now what I do, I'm doing out here print p. Now you see how this operator is actually functioning. Okay, into 5 I am doing. So this is the replication of a list and string. Okay, so the multiply operator, okay, replication of list by using multiply operator, sorry, by using asterisk, okay, operator. Okay, okay, all right. So now the thing is that you will see that the operator replicates the list for a specified number of times. Okay, I have given out here 2, I can give out here 3 also even. Okay, I can give 3 out here. So 3 times this. You might think that it will be 3 times, it will be increasing. No, it is not like that. You can have this kind of programs, okay, sometimes in the output also. Okay, and here Python into 5 has been given. Okay, let's see while execution then what is happening. So 5 times the Python string will be replicated. That is also possible. Okay, here. Okay, so I'm doing replicate list. Okay, so I'm giving the file name replicate list, and you what for the output you will see in the above examples what you have seen out here. Python is multiplied by 5 times out here, and 10 20 30 40 50 and then here 10 20 30 40, I'm sorry, 10 20 30 40, and 3 times it has been multiplied. Now you see that Python has come together out here. Okay, so what could you do is you can easily add a space out here. Okay, sorry, how, like this. Okay, so now what can you do here? Okay, sorry, this one. Okay, Python. Okay, then I'm giving a space out here. Okay, and space, okay, into 5. So now I am executing this one. You see the change into it. Okay, I've given this one. Let's see it is functioning or not. This is what the experimentation. Now you see the space has been added over here. What I have done, I have used the concatenation concatenation technique, okay, where the plus sign has been used with the Python string. So a space has been added, and afterwards I have replicated this. Okay, then what is happening? Python string has been printed with a space. Okay, and this has as usual it has been given 10 20 30 40 and all, 3 times it has been replicated. So this is known as actually the replication of a string. So this way we can do the concatenation and replication. So what we have seen today, you have seen traversing a list, okay, and you have seen how to aliasing a list, and at last you have seen the concatenation and the repetition and replication of a list. So these particular utilities you must do it properly. Okay, that is the thing. So in that case what will happen, you will be able to do the practical well. So I am now going to the little bit of Python shell to just show you a small thing out here. So I am taking a date out here. So dt equals to, I am taking a date. Okay, so I'm giving a single quote, double quote, doesn't matter. Okay, say I'm taking 2003 hyphen 02, sorry, not high, double equals to hyphen, okay, 02 hyphen 0 sorry 19. Okay, suppose this one I have taken. Okay, so it is printing dt, the date has been printed out here nicely. Okay, so now I am making it list of dt. Okay, list dt I am making. Okay, so that is the thing. So what is happening here, this will give you an error out here. Okay, that is the things. Clear? Understood? So list dt when I have given, so what is giving? The object has not been found out here. This is called type error. Okay, sometimes this kind of things whenever you are giving, so in that case what is happening, this kind of errors will come because I have make a mistake out here. What mistake I had made? This is actually an error correction. Remember students, dt you have to give in this way. Okay, so now it will come. Okay, so what is the thing? This is called type error. Yesterday I had shown you the index error. This is called type error. List dt. What is the list dt is coming? If you are giving in the third bracket, it cannot convert it into list. Okay, but here when you have given in the first bracket, this has been converted. So you remember this particular thing out here. Okay, now suppose you have taken list equals to say you have taken 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. Okay, this is a list has been created. Okay, now suppose you have taken list into list, then you see what is happening. This is the type error also. Can't multiply the sequence by non-int type, that is called list. So these two errors are very important for you students. So you just note it down. Okay, while viewing this YouTube, when viewing this video or the tutorial, whatever you say, and please implement it practically whenever you are doing it into your system. So here I will conclude with the view that you will do all the things and you will equip yourself in order to traverse a list, then aliasing a list, and then under the operations of list, the two operations I had demonstrated today, that is concatenation and repetition and replication. All right students, thank you very much. Okay, and stay safe.